90-Day Fiancé. The Other Way season one followed a group of Americans making the big move to their partner's native country to get married and live happily ever after. But what is the cast up to today? As one of the most entertaining reality networks on TV, the 90-Day Fiancé franchise continues to shock and gain new fans. On 90-Day Fiancé, the other way, a series of culture shocks and tensions arise within couples as they work out if they're marriage material or whether their marriages can last. The series reverses the K-1 visa experience, where people move to the U.S. hoping to marry their American fiancé and make a life there or continue on in their marriages. With a new take on the 90-Day Fiancé format, it's worth checking out what the cast from the first season is up to now. Some couples are still together, while others, unsurprisingly, are not. Some of the 90-Day Fiancé. The Other Way season one cast are still relevant in the franchise, while others have faded into 90-day history. Maryland native Tiffany Franco moved to South Africa to be with her fiancé, Ronald Smith, taking her young son from a previous relationship with her. The pair got married after she arrived in the country and became pregnant with their daughter, Carly, shortly afterward. Still, their relationship on the show was filled with arguments about Ronald not supporting the family. Ronald had a gambling addiction, and the pair had massive communication issues. Their divide was made worse when Tiffany determined that she couldn't live in South Africa and opted to move back to the U.S. and have their daughter there. Since the show ended, Tiffany and Ronald maintained an on and off again relationship. They appeared in 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 6, where Tiffany got her dad to co-sign on her spousal visa for Ronald. However, by the tell-all, it was revealed that the pair had broken up. They also had a lot of online drama, where they aired their grievances and dirty laundry with each other. After that split, Tiffany appeared in another spin-off, 90-Day, The Single Life. Tiffany dated several people while on the show, but ended up getting back with Ronald and going to South Africa for a few months to be with him, and she brought their daughter. For now, Tiffany is seemingly single and devoting her time to her new makeup line, having previously worked as a makeup artist. She also lost more around 100 pounds after gastric sleeve surgery. When fiancé Tiffany Smith came to Ronald's native South Africa, he had just left a 6-month rehab stay for gambling addiction and had a criminal record. Although he was able to start life anew with a new bride and baby, he and Tiffany had a tumultuous relationship surrounding Ronald, allegedly neglecting his duties, as well as cheating accusations. Ronald did make a cameo on 90-Day Fiancé, The Single Life, as the pair tried to reconcile, but they seem to have split for good. Ronald describes himself as a digital creator, but further details about his new job are unknown. He appears to still be in a relationship with Lauren Fraser, the woman that Tiffany alleged he was with while she was living with him again in South Africa. There have been no rumors of further franchise appearances for either of the 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way season one cast members. Corey moved to the small town of Engabao, Ecuador, to be with his hopeful future wife, Evelyn, having met her on a backpacking trip several years prior. The two argued constantly after his move over almost every subject, from having children to accusations of cheating. Nevertheless, the pair got married at the end of the season. Rumors have swirled among 90-Day Fiancé fans about the couple breaking up due to their chaotic relationship, and the fact their relationship is not widely shared on social media. Corey and Evelyn appeared in an episode of 90-Day Diaries, where Corey spoke about trying to get the spousal visa for Evelyn to come to the U.S. Furthermore, on social media, Corey detailed that he successfully got his Ecuadorian permanent residency. Evelyn was season one's greatest villain, with many viewers outraged at her abusive behavior towards Corey. Evelyn had misled Corey about family plans and what she was doing with his finances, and cheating on him with one of his best friends. As of 2023, Evelyn is still running the beach bar in Angabao that she took Corey's money from to fund, without his prior knowledge, and earns extra cash by making content on Cameo and OnlyFans. Furthermore, she and Corey seem to be running their beach club restaurant business together. Corey also appears on Instagram in pictures and videos with Evelyn's sisters and family, who he has historically not gotten along with. 90-Day Fiancé star Devin Clegg was a single mother before moving to South Korea to be with fiancé Ji-hoon, having previously met him and fallen pregnant after a whirlwind romance. Upon her arrival in South Korea, she was disappointed in Ji-hoon's lack of support for their growing family. They were married by the end of season 1, but Ji-hoon failed to meet Devin's expectations during season 2. In 2022, Ji-hoon and Devin's divorce was finalized. Devin began a relationship with another South Korean man, American Topher Park, to whom she is now engaged. Sadly, Devin's son with Ji-hoon, Taeyang, was diagnosed with leukemia, and she has been updating fans on the young boy's progress. Topher and Devin's baby, Devin's third, was born in November 2022. Devin has remained out of the 90-Day Fiancé spotlight after The Other Way Season 2. Instead, she and Topher have a YouTube channel where they keep fans updated. Devin is also another 90-day alum who tried her hand at making adult content at one point. Devin is also rumored to have undergone transforming plastic surgery, as she now looks different from how she did on the show. Ji-hoon was 28 when he met 20-year-old Devin, although most fans feel he was behind her in maturity. He had previously been in trouble with the law for selling stolen phones and had not prepared for his family to move to Korea, so they had to live with Ji-hoon's disapproving parents. After he and Devin split, Ji-hoon publicly posted that he wasn't able to see his young son when Devin was granted sole custody of Taeyang, according to Cinema Blend. Devin, however, alleged that Ji-hoon hasn't kept in contact with his son, even after his cancer diagnosis. After meeting him online, 60-year-old Jenny moved to India to be with 30-year-old Sumit. Even stranger than that, Sumit had previously been catfishing her as a different man. Still, Jenny stayed faithful to Sumit and stayed with him in hiding from Sumit's parents. However, when she found out that Sumit was already married, thanks to his parents' arrangement, she moved back to the U.S. 90-Day Fiancé alum Jenny, then gave Sumit another chance, and she has stayed in India for over a year, having been stuck there through the pandemic, as reported by In Touch Weekly. This time together worked well. They married in 2021 and live in India together. When they were on an episode of 90-Day Diaries, they met up with fellow alumni couple David Toborowski and Annie Suwon in Thailand, and the latter were trying to convince Jenny and Sumit to buy a property from them and move there since Sumit's Indian visa allowed him to live in Thailand. Jenny and Sumit have stayed off the core 90-Day Fiancé shows, although the pair have petitioned TLC to have them come back with renewed storylines about their life. For now, Jenny and Sumit are happy and living in India. Jenny had wanted to maybe bring Sumit to America on a spousal visa, but that does appear to have come to fruition. Jenny and Sumit's on-again, off-again relationship spanned 3 seasons of The Other Way. A frequent source of tension for the couple is Sumit's need to do right by his parents, even secretly marrying another woman in an arranged marriage and forcing Jenny to spend time with his disapproving parents. Sumit may still be unemployed due to Jenny disapproving of him going out to work while she is retired. To make matters worse, Sumit and Jenny married without Sumit's parents' knowledge, making tensions even worse between the couple and Sumit's presence in their lives. However, if social media is an indication, Jenny is on better terms with Sumit's family. She has been in photos with them online in recent months. Sumik dropped the bomb on Jenny in Happily Ever After. Season 7 that he wanted a baby. That potential life change does not seem to have gone anywhere, as there has been no further talk of it. Laura moved to Qatar to be with her online boyfriend, Aladdin, despite concerns from her son. Laura and Aladdin were the source of some of the most cringeworthy quotes in 90-Day Fiancé history, frequently referring to their sex life as jiggy jiggy. Laura's openness about sex was a huge source of tension between them, as Aladdin was more conservative. Laura and Aladdin divorced after season 1 wrapped, with Laura citing cheating as the cause of the relationship's demise. Laura was dating a 25-year-old college student, having moved back to the United States, but it is unknown if they're still together. Laura is friends with Corey and Evelyn, and even visited them in Ecuador at one point. Traditional Aladdin frequently butted heads with Laura on the other way regarding sex, especially when Laura gifted him with sex toys. Still, the couple got married at the end of the season, although Laura's son Liam was reluctant to participate in the celebrations. Unsurprisingly, Aladdin and Laura's marriage only lasted a year, with the couple's divorce finalized in 2020. Aladdin is happily remarried and thriving in 2023. Paul frequently exhibited abusive behavior towards his partner, Karine. Despite moving to Brazil to be with Karine, he thought the country and Karine were dirty and often demanded she took STD and pregnancy tests to prove she was clean and not cheating on him. Paul also hid his criminal record from Karine and ran away when she questioned him. By the end of season 1, Paul and Karine agreed to marry. Paul and Karine U.S. spousal visa got approved, and they moved to Kentucky with their 2 sons. However, in 2021, Paul and Karine split for good. According to Heavy, their divorce documents allege that Paul had been physically and sexually abusive to her. Paul and Karine may even still be married. They had 2 sons together, but neither of them have custody in 2024. With 90-Day Fiancé alum Karine speaking little English and Paul speaking virtually no Portuguese, the couple relied on a translation app when Paul moved to Brazil to be with Karine. Karine's parents were particularly suspicious of Paul, especially just before the birth of their son. Before their eventual marriage, Karine faced multiple cheating allegations from Paul. In addition to their split, Paul and Karine lost custody of their children to the state. This is partly due to a video that leaked online of Karine physically assaulting Paul and their son briefly going missing. Karine has a restraining order against Paul and is working to get her children back after all the drama on 90-Day Fiancé. The other way, Karine's English has improved. She briefly dated the bachelorette alum and clout chaser Josh Cedar and is still living in Kentucky.